Right, good evening everybody. I'm Nev from the Allergics. Tonight we're playing a gig in Hunwick with Boilermaker and Street Blood, and I've got the Boilermaker boys with me now. So, would you like to introduce yourselves, guys?
Max, singer.
Phil, guitar.
Mike, drums.
Steve, sloppy bass.
Sloppy bass. Sloppy band. So, tell us a little bit about Boilermaker, where you came, where it started from, and the name, and who put the ideas together.
It started with you and me, Max, didn't it?
Yeah.
Just jamming out when Last of Chords broke up.
Yeah.
Me and Max just started jamming down the floor and doing a few cover versions, weren't we, basically?
Yeah.
And Phil came on board, and then Mike came on board, and went from there.
So,
Well, 2016, I think it was.
2016, yeah. What about the name? Where did Boilermaker come from?
I think it was my wife had said, well, there's 3 welders in the band, why don't you just call yourself Boilermaker? And I thought, well, and I checked it out, and there was another band from San Diego, I think, from back in the early 90s. And I thought, well, they've finished anyway, so we'll just call ourselves Boilermaker.
If we ever do a massive American UK tour, we'll have to be Boilermaker UK.
Are they famous? So, how did you drag Mickey into it then?
Looking for a drummer, and Mike's name came up. Simple as that, wasn't it?
I was at the bar at the Forum and Max was really drunk and he asked us.
And you agreed?
And I thought, you'll not remember this.
I didn't. He came up with a big smile on his face and says, did you want us to drum for you then? I went, eh?
When we first started, Max was still playing the drums and singing at the same time, weren't you? So
Yeah, it didn't
really work,
It didn't work. Like,
Yeah.
So,
you decided you wanted all the glory and be the front man.
No. I wanted a better drummer.
So at this point, obviously you were Last Rough Cause. When did you fit into it all then?
Well, I knew like Max and Steve were coming down practicing. Honestly, it took me a little while to, not saying not be interested, but to come down. It took me a few weeks, and then so they were just doing like just covers with, they were doing like sort of
Shaman.
bit of sham, bit of
The usual stuff, yeah.
what was it you were doing? I'm terrible. I can't remember what it was, but they were doing like
Did the agnostic front, didn't we?
agnostic front, that was it. And I can't remember the song that we did.
Heartbreakers, did me Chinese rocks.
Yeah, stuff like that. And then we had a couple at the end of Last Rough Cause. We had a few ideas and a few songs sort of in the works. So we put them forward and just went with that. It's sort of 3 songs I think we had at the end of Last Rough Cause that we sort of started with, and then started with that.
Great. So who's the inspiration behind the writing, and who's putting the ideas together?
Must be Max, isn't it?
I do a lot of the writing, but
Is that the lyrics? Yeah.
yeah, the lyric-wise, I'll take those duties on board. But the band, it's quite it's unusual for me to be in a band that's where everyone's chipping in all the time. You know what I mean? You go down to a practice, and if you've got a gig coming up, obviously you have to do the well-known trodden path of the same song. Absolutely, sort of thing, and get them ingrained into your brain again. But when you're not gigging, you've got some time off, then you can get new songs, and even after 5 or 6 years and 3 albums, we'll go down to a practice and there'll be ideas from everywhere. Steve pick the guitar up, what about this? Mike will say, here, I've got a beat here, and Phil will get the guitar. So there's loads of ideas all the time, and sometimes I'm that bone idle that it comes on top of it, you know what I mean? So, it's good. The ideas are still coming. That's still coming. That's the important thing.
That's got to keep it fresh, doesn't it?
Most of the time we forget what we've done the week before, so we have to go through it all again the next week.
I think we can relate to that as well. Yeah. We can definitely relate to that. So gig-wise, obviously, what's planned for 2023?
Yeah, we haven't got much on. We've got we're playing Blackpool in June. Yeah. The Waterloo. What else have we got?
We've got one in the making, I think.
We've got one in the Forum. It's coming together at the moment.
It's the same thing. Like you do gigs and you do rehearsals and stuff for the gigs, but then you can't have time to write stuff. So maybe we've got a little bit of a gap here that we can still.
So is that we prioritise this time? Get this new stuff in. Yeah. Oh yeah, I can relate. That's good. Pretty good. So on about gigs, where would you say is your favourite gig that you've ever done, or on your worst gig? Because we all have bands as well.
Which one? Most of them. Best one, I think, Cockney Rejects, I think, for me.
Yeah.
It's probably Cockney Rejects in
Manchester, yeah, for me.
Yeah.
Rebellion was good. played there all
I
over.
enjoyed that.
Yeah. Mick, you want to say something?
I enjoyed when we played Rebellion. I enjoyed that. I thought that was good, and it's good playing like a small stage again. Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
We've been quite lucky that we've had some good support slots, all film casuals, subs, rejects. So we've sort of like had some good gigs, and it has helped a lot. Yeah. Especially like you say, at the Stand in the decent venues we were playing. So it has helped us a lot, like, and been like mostly good nights and that. Yeah.
Playing with like Subterraneous, the Brazilian lads. That was at the Forum. That was
we played a couple of times with them. That was
The previous night before was a really good night.
That was good nights.
I mean, like you say,
Excellent. And
like World Pride, and then they actually heard of us. You know what I mean? Which is like,
so what would you say is your worst or weirdest gig you've ever played then? Have they all been? Well, you know.
To been here. That was a joke. That was a joke.
Lads will be off the
I actually like that. I like it in there.
No, can't think of any weird ones. No.
I think it's gone pretty well. Most of them. They've had no Spinal Tap moments now like that, like nothing like that. No.
One of our first was at Carlisle, wasn't it? With the big pillar in front of you. That was quite It's a great venue as well.
You can't see you.
Yeah, no one can see you. A big, massive square pillar in front of you.
I forgot about that.
So, music-wise, album-wise, new songs, you got anything in the pipeline? 2023?
I've got about 5 tunes. I've got lyrics for maybe 1 or 2 of them.
Phil's got a couple
But Phil's got a good couple of tunes. Mike's always putting beats forward and stuff, and Steve as well.
So is this
bass lines forward?
Sort of building up to an album this year, or maybe this year, maybe, yeah?
Well, it depends. If the gigs come too much, I don't like to do maybe. I like to do 5 or 6 gigs in a year, and that's it for me. But if you get too much more than that, you're not going to have any chance to practice songs, you know. So if we can keep the gigs down to a bare minimum, then.
And we have done songs in the past where we come up with the idea.
It's been done.
We've done it in a week, and we've actually started gigging it before we even recorded it.
Really?
So that can happen, but sometimes, as you know, it doesn't happen that way, and it takes time. So you need your own time set aside to do that.
Very good. So tell us a little bit about the Rebellion experience, and how did that come about? How did you manage to get into Rebellion, and
I think
how did the day go?
I think I got messaged. The normal procedure is, if you want to be a band putting yourself forward for these things, you email Darren,
that's right.
and it depends on whether he gets back to you. He always gets back to you, and he'll tell you one way or the other. And he did the second album, I think. And he said, I've just heard your second album, can you tell the lads that I'd like you on? And I obviously said, thank you very much for that, Darren. And he liked the album, he was over the moon with that, so that's where that started,
Excellent. And what was the sort of turnout you had? Was it a good turnout?
Really good.
Full house,
We were first band on the Sunday afternoon, 1 o'clock, and we had, 300 there?
Yeah,
300
really good turnout.
In fact, no one else was playing, like, helped.
Well, it does help, but no doubt you still get
we had a good turnout,
you were still getting
enjoyed it. Half an hour goes over too fast, you're just getting into it.
Yeah.
And you've got to stop, haven't you? It's over in a flash.
Yeah, absolutely. So, songs that you've written, what would you say is your favourite song to play? Individually wise, you want, or collective as a group? But,
we've got one of my favourites was playing the night there, Roll Back the Years.
Yeah.
I love playing that, yeah, it's a great song.
Is there anything, the reasons behind it, or just,
I just like the way it goes, just really do like playing that, enjoy it when I get it right.
What's the one that I like, Max? I can never remember the song titles.
Oh, he's in Blow?
No, that's a good one, but the other one.
Oh, you like In the Groove, we're not doing it tonight?
No, the other one. We're doing it tonight near the end.
Police Car?
No.
Signs and Lights?
All said and done.
All said and done.
We're all said and done.
You've already forgotten the songs for tonight, so. Right, guys, well, thanks for your time. Hope you enjoyed that, and have a good gig tonight, guys, yeah?
Thank you.
Cheers.